Testing 1 2 3 4. Testing 1 2 3 4. Hello and welcome to the 2026 Commonwealth Cup, live here from the Lewer box court in Altona, Melbourne, Australia. My name is Lachlan Williams. Hopefully you can hear me loud and clear. There's always a few grumblings and bugs in the first game, but hoping to bring this game to you live and clear. We've got the first game between the Eastern Kings, bit of a name change, and we've got the New Zealand Storm. Just as we've come live to you, the rain has started to come down here in Melbourne, so wet conditions out there for the boys and girls out in the teams, and we are underway here. First game of the 2026 Commonwealth Cup campaign. And we haven't having to wait long for a goal there. The Kings that open the account first. And it's Gabriel Bleed that is the opening scorer for the 2026 Com Cup. You'll have to excuse us with a bit of a logo. We had a last-minute shift. It was going to be the Rage, but we've gone with the Kings. Doesn't make too much of a difference. Here we are. So it's the Storm that take possession there. Their first offensive set of the night. And we haven't had to wait long for an equaliser. That's Luca Dillon hitting the scoreboard for the NZ Storm. Of course, tonight you'll be able to see another game in action. We've got the Western Thunder taking on the Canadian under-20 team. This is probably the third or fourth time we've seen this competition at this venue. It's been a great initiative over the last few years. Good saving the goals there. You'll have to excuse me while we get to learn the players' numbers and names. Not too sure exactly who's in the cage there for the Kings. On transition, it's going to be turned over. Come back the way of the NZ Storm. It's Luke Spivey, one-on-one. Takes it inside on the left. Good save, but it's headed through the crease on the way there, so the Kings are going to take it. We'll have to excuse me as well. We are sitting underneath the shot clock, so won't have have zero visibility on that. Shot reset, taken away by the Storm, so won't have too much visibility on the shot clock tonight, but we'll take the cues from the players. Feed inside, and that's a really nice finish there. Luca Dillon getting his second of the night. So in the coaches' boxes for the respective teams tonight, we've got, looks like Wade Hammond in charge of the NZ Storm, and we've got Dan Hall in charge of the Eastside Kings. And it's a very offensive-minded game at the moment. 3 goals already in the first couple of minutes of play. Not much up and back right now. I'm sure we'll see that change in the next couple of minutes as the teams work their way into it. The shot from downtown trying to get the reset, unsuccessful, so it's going to be a violation and full 30 here for the Storm. It's going to be big Eli Mortimer Underwood. We've seen him a couple of times the last few years of the Com Cup. Good to see him back. Nice cut to get free there. As mentioned, you might just have to excuse us if there's any teething issues tonight. Always are in the first night of events like these. We'll do our very best to bring you these occasions. So the goal scorer in Dylan takes that one, kicks it around, but good save, and I think the shot clock beat all comers in the end. It's going to be Ethan Marr that transitions the ball forward for the Kings. Bit up and back the last couple of minutes, so I'm sure that they'll just be looking to maintain some possession here. Apologies just for that dropout, everyone. Some internet problems, but hopefully we're back on track here. We're going to have our first power play of the night here. It's going to be Ricardo Simmons. A couple of minutes for a slash. So Storm take the lead there. That's Jackson Sampare, his first goal of the night. NZ Storm back out to a 3-2 lead halfway through this first quarter. John Narby for the Storm that wins that one, but yeah, a little fumble and reels in the ground ball, so does nicely. Well done from the Storm here to get possession for a set. It's Bailey Nichols. Across to Simons, who we just saw in the box before, Narby. Feels the heat. Shot clock winding down. Shot just missing wide. No reset. So going to have to get one off before the clock gets off. That's not going to help heading into the car park. So be the Kings that come away with it. Now through Ethan Marr. Gabriel Bleed. There's space given there to Georgian, but keeper up to the task. There's a man that snuck out the back for the Storm, one-on-one with the keeper, and a nice finish on the inside pipe. Jackson Sampare again, he joins in the action with number 2. Storm out to a 4-2 lead now. About 6.5 minutes left in this first quarter. The first game of the Commonwealth Cup. We'll be playing 2 games a night for the next couple of nights until Monday, when we get a full contingent. Well, nice one-handed effort, but shot clock denying the Storm on that occasion. Yet we'll get the Canadians taking on the best of this Australian bunch on Monday evening. The Australian team will be a collection of best players from these Kings, Thunder and Storm teams. Shot from Bleed, nicely saved again. It's probably the difference at the moment. Both sides getting some shots off, but the Kings just not able to get past the goalie down the other end. Nicely done from Nabi. Nice little flick out the back too. Keeps it safe. No one comes at Spivey, so tries to get through the middle. Ball kicked high again. Pass not too great. It's going to head out the back. Shot clock's going to be the enemy here of the Storm. They're not going to get the reset. Well, they're not going to get the ground ball, so it's going to... I was about to say it's going to come the way of the Kings, but it's been turned over again. So the Storm will get a full 30 here, and they'll get some fresh legs out on the court too. Mace up the top. He's got a man coming at pace, but decides to hold it up. In the end to Nichols. Spivey, little fumble, reels it in, drives hard on the left and gets into trouble, so pulls it back out. Decides to wind up instead, looking for that right corner, unsuccessful, no reset. So just ends up hitting the keeper, and it's going to come the way of the Kings. So the Kings back within 1 now. That goal courtesy of EJ Payne. Just under 5 minutes to play in this first quarter. Head over the ball there, nicely done from Jackson Close, but his teammate not doing too many favours. I think the Storm player copped a bit of a shove in the back. That's how he copped that hit, so that's what's why it's going to go the way of the Storm. Burning all the way in through, good save from the goalie, and it's going to come away through Bleed. Just puts the Jets on, chucks it in one hand, and we've seen him go to the cooker on occasions, but decides to settle this time. Probably the right call. Kicks across the top. lefties out on this team. Hall, one of those, tries to put it back in, but tiptoes through the crease on the way in. Honeyfield. Now Spivey looking to him a fair bit so far. That trusted left hand. The wind up straight away from Nichols. Another good save. Now it's Harper. Over to Payne now, Ma. Georgian under some heat. They haven't gone too far here, the Kings, so they're going to have to pull the trigger shortly. Bleed does so. Nice shot to get the pipe. So they'll get another crack here. This should be reeled down by Payne. A little bit lackadaisical, so he didn't quite know the rules there. Yep, you're allowed to pick it up off the pipe, young fella. Ma gets past a couple, gets a shot off, reset. And he's going to collect his own work out the back right corner. Gets a man wide open on the cut, and that's a really good save there. Nice look from Payne, but cut off nicely by the keeper. And again, the Kings keep it. Again, Payne winds up. And again, it's a save. Ball in dispute still. Who wants this? The Kings this will be their third or fourth possession in this set. And then the pipe denies again. They will get another look now. Just need to take some air out of it for a sec here, and that's exactly what they do. Nice recognition there. Bleed. Heat comes out to him. Gets under a couple. Little flick. Looked a little bit uncomfortable in that shot, and it's... Here comes another King set. That ball not too kind for Bleed. Does nicely to pick it up off his shoelaces, and again, it's a save for the Storm. So they are being asked a lot of questions defensively, the Storm, and they have answered all of them that clear, not too great, so they're going to have to face some more questions here. Georgian. The rain has subsided here in Melbourne. For the moment, clouds aren't looking too great. A little bit muggy tonight, but for the most part, pretty comfortable conditions for lacrosse. Ma makes a nice cut. Unsuccessful. Shot clock will be counting down here, so Georgian just lets fly. Tries to get one to the bottom corner. Denied once more. Nabi under plenty of heat. Cops a couple of checks and still comes away with it. That's really nicely done. Tries to get the ball to safety, but it's going to be taken away by Ma, who was heading to the box. Spivey does really well to keep possession there. Under a minute left in the quarter. He's got Nabi by himself on the back corner. Nicely saved. Both goalies up to the task here, and we're going to halt the game. Let's see. The Kings illegal sub. They're going to serve a couple of minutes. So Storm will get a really good look here at a power play with a minute left in this, or just over a minute left, under a minute left in this first quarter. No one's headed off to the box yet, so I think Ethan Marr pretty reluctantly is going to wander over. Nabi feeds the right corner, back up to the top. Shot. That's the second power play goal of the night. This time it's Luca Dillon once again for the Storm. That's his third of the evening. So about one possession's worth of time left in this quarter. And it's going to be the Storm that have that last chance. See how aware of the game clock they are here. Spivey looks to the goal scorer in Dillon. Underneath goes Simons, carries it too far in the end. Down to 10 on the game clock. They've got to get the move on here, the Storm. They're not too aware of the game clock here, so that's going to be the end of the first term. Successful one for the NZ Storm. They lead it 5-3 at the first break. We're going to take a short break ourselves. Back for the second quarter here, and its first meaningful possession of the quarter is going to be the NZ Storm. We're just stuck up against the boards there. It does well to get out of it as Dylan gets the shot off too. And they will get the reset as well. So Nabi gets all the way through, gets the shot and the reset. Another possession here. And that's too easy. Someone wide open on the back corner. That's Luke Spivey, number 1 of the night for him. I reckon we're going to see a few more of those from him this evening.
92 from 37. Thank you.
It's too easy, as you can see on the replay there. Lead out to 6-3. Nice ground ball won by Hayato. Corey Simmons. Back up to Nichols. Nichols carries across, gets a shot off. Nice save. Be reset. And we do have a hand in the air out there, so there is a penalty coming. Nice work on the rebound, but it's going to be a Kings penalty coming here. So Fabian Hall on the way over. Certainly is. So Fabian Hall's going to serve a couple for a cross check.
99 illegal cross check. 2 minutes. Up here.
So we've seen 2 penalties so far this evening. 2 goals from both of them. We'll see what happens on this power play now. Dylan looks to be the shooter, or Spivey out here on the left. So that's probably not the look they would have wanted, I think, the Storm. No reset, so shot clock counting down. Dylan's going to let it fly and hit the top corner. Make that 3 from 3 for power play goals.
55 from 60.
That's number 4 for Luca Dillon. So I think that was Tonelli for the Kings that won that forward, but not too much support on the ground. So the Storm starting to really get on top here, and that's another one. Jackson Sampare, his third. And sort of in the blink of an eye, it's a 5-goal lead. That's nicely done by Bleed, and we're just doing it all himself here. Decides to hold things up. Wait for some fresh legs to arrive. Just keeping it safe. Took a little while to get the full complement out there to the Kings, so they've probably wasted a fair bit of time here. Nicely fed, and the shot well saved. That's going to be a shot clock violation. Don't really know about that one. I thought the save might have come in there, but all good. We're all volunteers here. We're all doing a great job. On the shot clock, so the wind up just missing wide. That's going to be back and over here, but there's a player in pursuit of this. I think that's Harper. If he can track it down, gets it and goes, and had a teammate on, decides to go himself, and that's a nice finish from Adam Harper. Number 1 of the night for him. Brings the lead, the deficit back within 4. Tonelli and Mace go at it in the middle. It's Tonelli that wins that forward, only into the leg of Mace, and it's fallen back to the Kings player in Jackson Close. Nicely done. Keeps that one himself. So a bit of momentum shifting here slightly for the Kings. A few more possessions. Just got to take care of this ball a little bit more. That's well done from Ma to keep it safe. The shot clock will be nearing an end here. Bleed just puts down an easy one, so it's going to be Mortimer Underwood that comes away with it. Probably the biggest player out on the court at the moment. Does nicely to get it across. And Kyan Mulcahy puts in number 9 for Storm. So the clear intercepted by the Storm. Some rumblings out in the distance here, so I think we'll be out to cop it weather-wise. Dylan missing that one. No reset, so the Storm are going to pull the trigger shortly here. Nice defence. At least I didn't think there was a reset. Good save again. That ball got lost eventually, and there's a player at the back here for the Kings. Missing the right corner is Sonny Kernahan. And very end-to-end at the moment. Players getting out the back and getting some big opportunities. Just running into some trouble there. Some more trouble. Needs to get that ball in the move. Did nicely there. Blake Mason in the end. Bleed. Gets past a couple. Crease dive. Denied again. And that pass just over the top of a Storm player, so it's going to come back. No, we've got another foul here on the Kings. I think there might be 2 of them here. We'll wait and see what the call is. So I think it's Jackson Close and Fabian Hall again. So illegal cross-checks both on Jackson Close and Fabian Hall. That's going to put the Kings 2-man down. And the way that these power plays have been going tonight, he wouldn't put it past the Storm to extend this lead even further. Big ask for the Kings' shorthand defence. Well, Dylan, that's just too easy. They just let him walk through. That's training drill stuff. Number 5 for Luca Dillon tonight. Jackson Close is going to be released. He's going to go straight to the face-off, actually, as well. Nicely done from Close. Gets it out to himself. Saw the contact coming and braced for it as well. Carries it himself, keeps it safe. Really well done by Jackson Close. Just needs to kick that ball back up the top now. Gets it there in the end. Harper's just going to wait for some support to arrive. 1.5 minutes left on the power play for the Storm. The double team comes. Keeping it big here. Shot clock will expire shortly, so they're just going to need to get rid of it. They do. Reset came, but the rebound goes away at the Storm. Don't need to do anything too silly here. They've got the extra man. Honeyfield carries all the way down. Dylan, he's feeling it tonight. He's got the hot hand at the moment. And somehow the Kings, who are short-handed, have got the 2-on-1. It's ended up in the stick of Georgian. Denied again. Still gets the rebound, shot, and finds the top right, top left corner. Adam Chiragian. Shorthand goal for the Eastside Kings. So let's have a look at the radar here. There is some heavy weather to the north of Melbourne, and there's some a little bit further west, but we're sort of hoping that we're stuck on the periphery of both of them right now, so I'm keeping our fingers and toes crossed. But the weather up around sort of Gisborne area is looking quite heavy. Those unaware that might be tuning in from overseas, we are right here in the west of Melbourne on Port Phillip Bay. And well, shot from way downtown from Gabriel Bleed. Number 3 for him, and the Kings are back in this one.
78 on the goal.
So they're still short-handed, the Kings. But 2 short-hand goals. This 4v5 has worked out not too badly for them. Wiley keeps that one safe. Down to 6 on the penalty. So Fabian Hall will rejoin the Kings out in a second.
2, 1, release.
And here comes Hall. So Kings just need to look after this. It probably drops the numbers back here, I reckon. I'm not sure they're going to get the reset. No, that shot was very close to after the reset buzzer sounded. So after a few minutes of shorthand play and power plays for the Storm, we're back at 5v5, halfway through the second quarter. 4-goal lead to the Storm right now. And it's Dylan who is the goal scoring machine right now, wide open, couldn't reel that one in. Now here comes Blake Mason. Takes it easy up to Kernahan, who decides to hold it up, wait for some numbers to arrive. Tonelli. Fresh legs coming from the box. Ma. Over to Hall. Wants to drive onto that left hand, does so. And finds the bottom right, so the Kings, they're on a roll here.
99.
Yeah, it was either 81 or...
3 in a row for the Eastside Kings.
Yeah.
Tonelli and Simmons at the X. Tonelli clamps and gets tangled up in his own feet. Ball up on the wall. Tonelli flicks it out. Only as far as Stevens. And that one just popped out the side of the stick. Not exactly what he was looking for. So the Kings, they've got a number up court. Bleed is out by himself. Just needs to get it there. The ball does not sit for Bleed, but he's still got time. He's still got a man out by himself, and they've well, they made a meal of that, I think, is to say the least. And somehow Gabriel Bleed has still hit the back of the net. He had enough time down there to make a cup of tea. That's how open he was. Could afford a fumble and still hit the scoreboard. So the Kings riding a wave of momentum now, back within 2. High scoring affair so far for the first game of the 2026 Commonwealth Cup. Wiley pops up one forward to Ma, and everything is coming up the Kings at the moment. Nicely done by Ethan Ma. big hit from, I'm not too sure who that is out there, number 83 for the Kings. We'll have to figure that out shortly. Feed inside, nicely saved. Hall tracks that one down with the one hand. Just fumbled as the halfway line, going to beat them all here. Sure will. Not going to hurt the Kings. They'll get back and have a set of defence. And a Storm that looked like everything was clicking for them earlier, just looking a little bit frazzled and not too sure exactly what is happening. There's another man out the back. They've ignored him this time. Gets it there in the end. Bleed. He's got 4 to his name now. Zips across on the inside. Nice look and nice finish there. Adam Jerry G and number 2 for him. Back within 1.
80 from 78.
So what feels like the first possession from the face-off for a while for the Storm, and well, it's nearly paid off straight away, hitting the keeper. And they'll get a full set here, so they'll just look to hold possession, I think, is the call from Coach Wade Hammond. Just make the most of this set here. Maybe try and get a reset if you can. Haven't played too much offense the last few minutes. That's not what they would have been looking for, and it can't be reeled down. Bleed. He's got a man cutting in Hall. Uses his size just to put the stick up, but couldn't quite track it down. It's off a white stick. Who's it going to fall to? No one wants to put their head over the ground ball here. Bleed just kicks it ahead of himself, gets the one hand, can't get through it. Someone's just got to put the body over the top of it and pick the thing up, and that's Hall in the end that does it. Nicely done out the back. Good save again. It will be a full 30 here. Bleed tracks it down again. So nice hustle from the Kings after a bit of sloppiness, not being able to pick up the initial ground ball. Jerigian. Over to Hall. They just want to drop that right shoulder and drive, but instead looks for the outside shot. Nice ground ball. I think that's Simons out there. And there's a man out the back, Dylan. He hasn't missed much tonight, and he's not going to miss again. Number 6 for Luca Dillon for the Storm. It's a real game of momentum so far. It feels like the Storm were all over it before, and here they come again. Jackson Sampare, number 4 for him. So the Kings have done well to reel it back in within 1 goal as we headed towards half-time, but 2 quick ones for the Storms put it back out to 3. It was 5 in a row for the Kings, now 2 in a row for the Storm. Nicely done from Nabi. No one comes at him, so he just drives and dumps it across to Dillon. Couldn't quite get full purchase on it. Now it's Bleed. Support from the box in Mar. Bounces it across. Nicely done. Good save again. Mar denied. And Water Underwood's got a bit of work to do here. Just tried to run through all the numbers. Where's the ball going to end up? Nabi did have it dispossessed. Managed to keep it. Check a little bit wild. Not exactly what they were looking for. That one's off the pipe and into the crowd. They'll get a full set to the Storm. About 2.5 left in this second quarter. A reminder at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Good save there. We've got the Western Thunder taking on the Canadian under-20 team. Haven't seen any Canadians so far, but I'm sure going by the last few teams that they've sent over that they will certainly be enjoying their experience here in Melbourne and certainly putting on a show out on the court in about an hour's time as well. Well, the ball just bobbling around, not really anyone's for the taking in the end, and the Kings will just settle things down. Kernahan under plenty of heat, keeps it safe, bleed. 40 on the clock. Bleed just cuts through all of them and finds the back of the net again. So just taking this game by the scruff of his neck, the neck. Back within 2. The Storm get out of the tricky situation, end to end, get the shot off. Save will get the reset, will they? They certainly will get the ground ball. Spidey had a big first quarter, haven't seen too much of him so far. Dylan directing traffic. Him and Bleed are sort of going nearly goal for goal at the moment. 6 for Dylan, 5 for Gabriel Bleed for the Kings. Dylan just carries and carries, in the end kicks it across. The shot comes from Simon, saved again. Reset will come for the Storm. Spivey just keeps it, just holds it and holds it and holds it. Fresh legs for the Storm here. Nabi, well defended by Mason. Feed across. Saved again. Who's going to fall to? Close. He's got the run in on the goal. Went for the unselfish option, which is probably the first time we've seen that from some of these players tonight, but denied. 5 seconds on the game clock. And the underhand shot was right on the buzzer, but not to be, and it's half-time here. 12-10 the lead to the Storm. The Kings really worked their way back into it in that second term. But it's a 2-goal lead to the NZ Storm at half-time here at the Lewer box court. Welcome back. Second half underway right now, and it's
Oh, shit.
what you missed out on was. I'm just going to pause. He's got some clocks that we're just working through.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah. Okay, we're good now. Yep. Gotta start this one.
Go ahead and start it.
So before the half-time break, there was a major penalty on Bailey Nichols for the Storm. So power play for the Kings for the first 5 minutes of this second half, and I haven't wasted too much time to hit the back of the net. Nice goal there from Fabian Hall.
99 from 78 and 80.
Thank you.
One off the major. One off the major. No 5-on-4.
And so there's one goal cleared from the major penalty. Kings very close to getting the second look at it very early, but will they now? Ball's still in dispute. And well, we've seen another short-handed goal. This time it's John Narby for the Storm. Puts the lead back out to 2. And I believe that's our third short-hand goal of the night. We saw 2 for the Kings earlier.
11.
Is it penalty?
That goal going to Luke Spivey, and well, the Storm have capitalised on their shorthand. Not really causing them too many problems right now. We have seen some changes in the goalies. One on there from Water Underwood to keep it in his front half. So I believe it's Lucas Deshawn between the pipes for the Storm. This means it must be Abigail Casamento that was between there for the first half. And down the other end, I'm not exactly too sure who it might be for the Kings. If anyone knows, let us know. So it looks like that is Abhinav Ananth between the pipes for the Kings. Which means it must have been Darcy Marn-McDack in the first half. Shot saved from Deshawn. Nicely picked off, but Deshawn tracking it down again. I think the Kings player is heading through the crease. Sure did. So still 3 minutes left on the power play for the Kings. Not really proving too many problems for the Storm right now. Just sagging way too far off. Kings, they got the extra man. Got to go put some ball pressure out there. Nicely done from, I think that might be Wiley. Pass, asked a little bit of Jared Jean. Picks it up off his shoelaces. Have to bleed. Hall. Back up to bleed. No one comes at him, so he's just going to step in, wind up, and good save from Deshawn. I haven't done too much research into the Box Nationals next week, but I probably wouldn't be too surprised if Lucas Deshawn will be sitting between the pipes for the WA team. And that one, where's that ended up? I think that's just ended up in the pads of an Anth. Good save for him. Paul steps right in, winds up. Another good save from Deshawn. Reset successful. Hall goes again, this time picks the corner. And another one for Fabian Hall. That's a successful power play for the Kings. We just wait and see from our officials if that penalty is cleared. It should be.
Yeah. So he has to stay for the full 5, and they'll put one on the one from over there on for him. But he can't.
Penalty comes off, but he stays.
So Bailey Nichols, it is 5v5 out there for this, both teams.
Oh, that's all right. 10, 11:42. So 42 and 11. So 10. Back on it.
And wow,
I missed that one. So
93, 76, 78.
thank you.
Sam Tonelli, another one for the Kings, and they are right back in this game.
So we have to wait for a dead ball.
Good attack on the ball from Wiley. Couldn't quite reel it in, but he's set it up for Hall. Tries to track it in one hand, between the legs, unsuccessful. Nabi goes back and gets it for the Storms. Got one out the back in Dylan. We saw him hit in the back of the net in that first half, and he's done it again. Goal number 7.
Thank you. 10. Oh, 10 minutes. So when it gets to 10.
So the Kings just chipping away, but they're unable to either level the scores or hit the front. Another chance here to move within one once again. And just too much space there for EJ Payne. The shot just more looking for pace than accuracy, and straight into the breadbasket of Deshawn. Nabi, nice little face dodge all the way through, gets past a couple, continues, looks inside for the extra pass. Not a bad look, but the pass not quite there. Mason on the clearance, nice look to Ma, just spent it before he had it. Tries to tie up Mortimer, drops the shoulder. Mortimer rides the contact really well. Sorry, it's Stevens, not Mortimer. And goes all the way. Really well done from Harley Stevens. Rode the contact on the clear. Hit the back of the cage. Send the lead back out to 3 for Storm.
Oh, that's gone one more. Sorry.
So a break in the middle for the Storm gives Kings possession from the middle. Bleed does like to do things by himself. Couldn't quite get through that time. Here comes corner. Zips it across the top. Spivey, little underhand shot, finds the right side, and then it's a nice finish from Luke Spivey. Really like the look of him.
92, 42, 55.
Thank you. Oh, it's only one.
exactly what happened there. Got a break somewhere from the Kings, so the ball's going to go the way of the Storm. And what was a one-goal ball game a little earlier is back out to 4 now. It's the Storm getting some probably too easy looks than Dan Hall would like. It's much better defence, bit of ball pressure. Spivey, underhand. I think there was a piece on that, so should there have been a reset? Nope. It's going to go the way of the Kings. The clear, nearly turned over. That's really well done there from Tonelli to keep that one. Bleed, little fumble. No harm done. Keeps it in his front half. Gets past one. There's two more sitting in front of him. Tries to take on another. Gets the screen. Keeps going. Just needs to dump this ball off. Still in possession. I think we're going to see a crease dive here from Bleed. He was looking for it, but just trying to do too much on that occasion. Honeyfield takes on the contact. Still going. Still copping it, but gets it over to Szynski. Tried to pick that off, did Georgian, but opened the channel for his player and not paying the price the first time, but they do on the follow-up, and that's another one for Sampare. So much needed face-off win for the Kings and opens up nicely for them. Straight away, really needed that one. Jackson Close did all the work from himself from the face-off and hits the back of the cage. Back to a 4-goal deficit.
Thank you.
So it was Bailey Nichols in the cage that time. Jackson Close's response was responded to straight away. Bleed. 8 and just under 8.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Very, very high scoring night so far. 33 goals tonight. We've still got about a quarter and a half to play. Feed over. Nice save from Deshaun on the shot from Bleed. Gets it over to Mulcahy. Nice quick ball movement. Slide comes, but yeah, it's good defence in the end from the Kings, just tying up the player. So it's Isaac Deshaun that brings that ball forward. Tonelli. Here the ISO call, so I think this is going to either be for Ethan Maher or Fabian Hall. Looks like it will be for Hall. Drops that right shoulder, gets tangled up, gets all the way through, and puts that ball wide. No reset either. So we'll just have to try and get the shot off here. Won't be able to in time. Storm hold out another possession. As we look at the rain radar and Boy, oh boy, I'm glad we're not playing in Eltham territory right now. Run from Jack Wiley. Uses his speed, and he's got no one ahead of him if he wants to go to the cooker. Selfless play there from Jack Wiley. I would have thought you've got the licence, go for it, but holds it up, waits for the support. And a nice finish by Adam Geragine, number 3 for him. Much needed goal for the Kings, back within 4. And again, we've said earlier, it's been a game of momentum, and it feels like it's swung back the way of the Kings at the moment, but maybe Luke's Deshaun proving the difference right now. It was a big opportunity for Gabriel Bleed. Deshaun standing up big time again. Bleed looking to wind up, just needs to kick this ball on. Skips it across to Hall. Winding around was Kernahan. It's back to Mark. Wide open is Bleed, but only as far as Deshaun again. Really nicely done there from Cornet to keep it safe and get it forward. Kings get their stick on the ball, but under plenty of heat here. Need to get some support, and they've got it. Numbers up court. Here they go, 2-on-1. Kernahan across to Blake Mason. Only as far as Deshaun again. He is proving the difference in the last couple of minutes. Dylan. Across to Spivey. Across the top, wants that left lane. Nice defence from the Kings here. And that's a really good set of defence from the side in blue. Gerardine gets past one, and that was too easy for him there. All the way through, and much needed goal for the Kings. Reel the lead back in again, back to 3. Just over 4 minutes to play in this third quarter. Storm led it by 2 at the half, and looking for the reset. Well, it was nice and wide. Again, the shot, not sure how close that was to the reset buzzer. Benefit of the doubt given to the players. So what was a 2-goal halftime lead is 3 right now for the Storm. Shot bounces well over the fence and into the stands. It looked fantastic here at the Alan Lewer box court now. Permanent fixture.
Do we have any balls in here?
Oh. No, they're all on the bench. Sorry.
Good defence and another good save. Pressure on the clear here now. Got to get it moving. That one didn't look too comfortable there, did Ananth? And it's going to pay the price. Come back the other way. that's a killer, that one. Sampare cashes in again.
24.92. 24.92.
Goal 6 for him. Puts the lead back out to 4. The Kings just really needed to help out their keeper on the clear. Ball still in dispute. Just got to put their head over it. In the end, it's Nabi that does it. Really well done. It was a little too easy to get down the channel. In the end, held up. Little crease dive opportunity. Didn't want to look for it. Back up to Dylan. Nice feed inside to Nichols, and I thought he'd put that away in the top corner for a sec. Missed it, and that ball is not a bad result. Just put it in front of Gabriel Bleed. Deshaun did think about coming to collect it, but a little too far away, and that's going to be our first time out of the night, courtesy of Dan Hall and the Eastern Kings.
Timeout blue. Timeout blue.
So we'll take a breath for a second. 4 goals the lead to the Storm. So we're back out here, 2.5 left in the third quarter. Straight away, the shot from the Kings. They will get the reset, so I'm not sure Dan Hall would have necessarily planned for what rolled out there. I'm not sure that would have been on the cards either. So they still get another look at it here. Bleed. Not too much happening for him. He needs to get this ball on the move. Holding it up still. Sees the cutter come through. Gets it across there. The shot clock will be the enemy now, though. So Hall is going to have to let one loose, I would imagine. Dumps it across to Geraldine. Does get the reset. What's the ball going to fall to? Ma puts his head over it, and really well done there from Ethan Ma to keep that ball. Across to Bleed. Can't see all the rest if there is a power play coming. As the Kings had drawn the note. They just wanted to take the 6-man advantage if they could. Got the keeper back out there though. Do the Kings. So it's 5v5 right now. Just over a minute left. High scoring game this one. 36 goals in 3 quarters of box lacrosse. Shot clock beats the Storm. So Kings will get one real good look at it here. Potentially run out the call. No one comes at Geraldine, and so just winds in. Gets a shot, rebounded. Good save from Deshaun. So shot clock just 9 seconds inside game clock. Nice face dodge, but again, just straight to the breadbasket of Deshaun. He's going to eat those up all day. Pass, not too good on the clear though. So here come the Kings once again. Dumping across, Hall, denied again from Deshaun. Where's it going to fall to? 20 seconds on the game clock. One last chance here for the Kings. Patience from Geragine, 12 on the game clock. Steps inside, beats his man, gets a shot. Denied by Deshaun again. Looks for the one-hander over the top, and Deshaun's denied that again. Ma, 2 on the game clock. Hall shoots. It was after the quarter-time hooter, but it was denied by Deshaun anyway. 20 goals, 16. The Storm lead.
Yeah, but that's here. You see, the sound has to travel out there. By the time
Now we're back for the last quarter here between the Kings and the Storm. And Deshaun picking up where he left off. Big save. It's a 4-goal lead to the Storm. The Kings get the feeling aren't going to go away. That doesn't help though. And
5 from the goalie. I don't know what his number is.
Luca Dillon, that's his 8th of the night. Puts the lead back out to 5. It makes things really difficult for the Kings from here. again, really, the results from these games not too important in terms of the scheme of things. Good for confidence for both, for all the players to be on the winning side, but it will be a selected, I guess, all-star team of Australian players that will take on the Canadians on Monday for the Commonwealth Cup. That's a really nice clearance, and Nichols tries to get past Wiley, denies and tries to push him down the lane, but a nice finish from Nichols across the face. Lead out to 6 now.
60 has the goal. 99 has a 2-minute penalty for holding the stick.
Thank you.
So everything coming up the way of the Storm now. Ground balls from the middle. That's nicely done from Nabi. That pass not too great though, and here comes Blade, one-on-one with the keeper. Really well read there from Deshaun. He gave that top corner and gives him a big whack too. He gave Blade that top left corner and telegraphed it. That shot not asking too much of him. So we do that big whack from Deshaun. He is going to be penalised for. So there is going to be a penalty on the Storm now. I think we've seen goals from all power plays tonight. So we just need to get the in-home play for the Storm over. It's going to be Denzel Stevens.
We're good.
We'll see if that trend continues, if they can capitalise on the power play. We also have seen a fair few short-handed goals tonight. But, no harm done from that little skill error. Bleed. Jean up to Bleed. Got to get the corners involved here. Just keeping it across the top. Tries to find the bottom corner. Shot, no reset. Don't think there was a reset on that one either. So it's the Storm doing their darndest to kill the penalty. Breakaway from Mason here, just needs to have his wits about him. And do we have a penalty coming here for the Storm? Yep, we do. No foul, sorry, just a...
1 minute.
That's just been a possession. So still 40 left on the penalty. Bleed, steps in, winds up. Deshaun lets that one through.
78 from 80.
Thank you.
Gabriel Bleed, number 6 of the night for him. Back within 5. Game certainly not over, but plenty of work to do. So of course, coming up a little bit later, well, quite shortly actually, we've got the Canadians taking on the Western Thunder. It will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Australian Daylight Time. So that's about 21 minutes from now. Whether that changes or not, given the depending on when this game finishes. We'll have to wait and see. Nabi does really well across to Dylan. Can't add to his tally. And Wiley collects that. Sends it across to Drinkle. Tries to keep it safe. Gets it across to Mason in the end.
I haven't seen them. I don't think they brought them across unless they're in the box.
The shot clock beats the Kings this time. And well, they are away here. 1v1, asking a lot of the keeper. And asking too much on that occasion. Ashton Szynski, he gets his first of the night. Joins in the party. 23rd goal for the Storm. Nicely done there from Spencer Drinkle to win that face-off. Over to Bleed. Directed a lot of traffic tonight. Little step, gets inside. And another good save there from Deshaun. That one ends up in the car park. It'll be a full 30 for the Kings. Fed inside, really nicely done to Fabian Hall. That's a nice finish. It's been a tough man to beat, Deshaun, in the second half, but Hall does really well. A little bit of an unassuming night for him, but goal number 4. So that margin just hovering around that 5-goal mark at the moment. Been there probably most of the night. That's a nice pickup from Nichols. Across to Spivey, wants that left hand. Looks for the cutters, no one presenting, so just drops a shoulder through. Goes on, Nichols at the top now, decides to let fly. Denied by Ananth. Mason gets it to safety, needs some help at the top, gets it. Ma. Well, you haven't seen too much of him in the last half of the game, but I'd like to see him get more involved. Bleed. Seizures part for him, so he puts the foot down and puts the foot down too much. Ends up through the crease. And Dylan, numbers cut him off in the end. Hall guarding 2. Little crease dive effort. Unsuccessful from Simpare. So it's Hall that takes it forward. Kernahan. There's only a 2v2 in front of him, so he's going to wait for some numbers to arrive. Good save from Deshaun once more. Here comes John Narby. Does he want to take on the man? He certainly does. He's on the wrong side, but that doesn't matter. Puts it across his body, across the goalie's body, and into the back of the cage. Goal number 2 for him. Back out to a 6-goal lead for the Storm. Tied up in the middle, doesn't fall to anyone in the end. I think that's Gerardine. No, sorry, I was Isaac Deshaun there. Bleed. This is Gerardine. They've wasted a fair bit of the shot clock here, the Kings, so they've got to get a move on. Nice little move there from Gerardine. He's got to get the shot off here. does get one off in the end. I think it will stay with the Kings. The buzzer did go, but the shot was off before then. So the ball heading over the fence. It's going to stay with the Kings. Kernahan. Too many white jerseys in front of him. Holds it out. Nice quick stick, step effort, but denied once more from Deshaun. Bleed cops a big one in the back there. We're going to see a foul here. I think we might. Bleed didn't like the treatment that he got there. So I think we're going to see a couple of players heading over now. Gabriel Bleed's going to be one of them. I think Elliot Cornett will be the other.
It's 48, right? Yes?
42.
Yeah, 42. We're going to go check from behind, 2 minutes. Okay, and then we got 78. He's going to get 5 minutes for roughing and a game misconduct. Okay, you're up.
Do I have to stay in here the whole game?
No, you're going to leave right now. I'm going to watch your shot.
So the explanation from our official is that Elliot Cornett's going to serve a couple for a push from behind, and Gabriel Bleed, he's got 5 minutes for, I think it might have been a unsportsmanlike or something like that and he's also got a game misconduct. He is out for the game.
We're going to have an in-home service major penalty right now. Okay, so we're going to need both these penalties on the board, please. 2 minutes here, 5 minutes here.
Yep. And when does this get released after the 5?
Time on the board expires is when he'll come out. So if they're both going to go up, okay? Hey, we're 4 on 4 right now.
So the long and the short of it is that there is a 4v4 for the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, they'll come up when we start.
Oh, we're good though?
Yeah, sorry.
Ball's here.
So the Storm just got to kill the next couple of minutes and they'll have a 3-minute power play effectively. Nicely done from Nichols, burns all the way through. Good save from Ananth. Crossed it Mason. He had Drinkle up the line, but he's going to hit the box, so Mason will carry it forward. Only a sea of white jerseys in front of him. So he'll use Georgian. Still 4v4 out there, so the Kings had to attack as they would normally like to. Hall. Over to Payne, but the shot clock beats them. So Hayfield carries it forward. He's got Dylan, who's going to keep it himself at the top corner. He's going to like his chances here, I think. Get some screens. The double comes, but unable to contain him, and you can probably read that like a book. It's goal number 9 for Luca Dillon.
55 on the goal. Nothing changes here.
Thank you.
Face off one by the Storm. Ground ball collected by Jackson Sampare, sorry.
40 seconds.
Save there on the shot from Nabi. And Anth didn't have too much to go to, so he's gone to Tonelli. They're close. They've done well in the end here. Nabi putting plenty of heat on Jackson Close, able to get out of it. 20 seconds on the Storm penalty. Ma, really good look to find Hall wide open by himself. So the Storm are back to even strength. Well, they're a man up now. So they got 3 minutes to kill, do the Kings. Now we'll keep you posted in terms of what the next game is looking like. We're scheduled for an 8 p.m. start, which is 10 minutes from now. Could be cutting it a little bit fine, so we'll let you know how things stand. Just keep an eye on the Vic Blacks or the Commonwealth Cup YouTube channels. There's another goal hits the back of the net from Sampare. So the last 5 minutes, we're just going to keep the clock running as we are a little bit behind. But yeah, just keep an eye out on the YouTube channels, and once we go live, you're going to tune in and catch all the action. Georgian. Over to Hall. Ma, back to Hall. Shot from well downtown. Easy save by Deshaun. Nabi. Plays sag off here, so he could have had a bit of a wind-up. Here comes a wind-up, and Jackson Sampare, all of a sudden, he's up to 8 goals.
So he can come out? No, he has to stand. Yeah, so they can put one on over there.
Basically,
You've got 50 seconds, but you have to, don't let him out because there's 5 on 5.
Stop the jacket from his hand. Somebody has to like.
210.
Once again, Deshaun coming up big time with a save. We do have a whistle here that's going to, the play will come back. I think the white just might have taken that ball through the crease on the clearance. Hall. Nice cut. Good composure there from Georgian. Haven't minded the look of his game tonight. Just needs to keep that ball on the move. Kicked it down low. Hall was open on the crease. Patient build up. Ma tries to get the reset. Don't think the keeper got a piece of that. Oh, Deshaun, what a... Ooh, I thought that was about to be the assist of the night. Couldn't quite get Spivey. In the end, it will stay with the Storm, however. And Dylan, I think he's probably got his hand up for MVP of the Storm. For the Kings, there's probably a few you could pick from.
55 for 91.
And Dylan will, yeah, I think that's set him up. Double digits for him tonight. Yeah, Bleed you could argue for. 6 goals. Did end up with the game misconduct. Geraldine, yeah, again, I like the looks of him. So face-off won by Tonelli. Ma just a little lackadaisical with the one hand. And that means the Storm will keep possession and come away with it. Nicely done. The pass just asking too much of Ma that time. Early ball movement. Much better here for the Kings. Minute and a half to play. Jean takes it out, across the top. Shot looking low. Denied by Deshaun again. Ma. Feed inside. Jean keeps it safe. Back up across the top to Kernahan. Gets inside on the left hand. That's exactly what he wanted. It's denied by Deshaun once again. Here comes Ethan Ma once again. And Deshaun, he would be racking up the saves at the moment. Apologies, our camera just having some issues. We'll make sure to fix that for the next game. And good save down the other end from Ananth. Dylan. So the boys, they seem pretty happy playing this one out. 5 seconds on the game clock. That will be that. That will be a win to the New Zealand Storm. 10 goals in the end. That sort of blew out a little bit, but 28-18, the win to the Storm in the end. We're not going to stick around to bring you the MVP winners because we've got to set up for the next game. But stay tuned. Coming very shortly, Canada versus the Western Thunder. Lachlan Williams signing off.